Have you ever been watching an After Effects or Premiere Pro tutorial and felt your heart sink when the host said, okay, we're going to now select some clips, right-click, and nest? Today, we're going to demystify nesting and pre-composing in After Effects and Premiere Pro. I've been there. I've watched tutorials in which the host nonchalantly says, we'll pre-compose this, and then doesn't explain why. Is this a crucial step? If I skip it, will the end result be the same? Let's take a look. Okay, so first of all, pre-composing is After Effects' name for what is more commonly known as nesting. Nesting is the term that Premiere Pro uses. Also, a composition in After Effects is what Premiere Pro refers to as a sequence. So I'm going to be using these terms interchangeably through the tutorial, but just kind of understand that they are the same. Nesting can be applied to a single layer or clip, or several clips and layers. In the case of nesting multiple pieces of media, nesting them will result in a single layer being created from those multiple clips. That single layer is an editable composition or sequence that behaves like a rendered clip with the same resolution of your main comp, or main sequence in the case of Premiere. So before we get into the real power of pre-comps, let's take a look at a real-life example of when you would pre-compose or nest a single clip or layer. I mentioned that a nested clip will adopt the same resolution as your main sequence. So here's a situation in which I use the nesting feature in pretty much every project I cut. My workflow is to shoot in Ultra HD and then cut that footage in a 1080p timeline. So my footage is a different resolution than the timeline I'm editing in. And this is great because it allows me to do things like punch in artificially because I've got a larger file size than my actual timeline. But there are certain effects that simply don't work on footage that doesn't match your comp settings. Warp Stabilizer is one of them. So I've got this clip here. This is just a real quick dolly shot of the forest, and it's already pretty stable, but let's say I wanted to add Warp Stabilizer to this. The first thing I would do is I would have to nest this clip because this Ultra HD clip is in a 1080p timeline. And this is easy to do. Just right-click on the clip, come up here to nest. It'll ask you to name it. You don't necessarily need to name it. For the sake of just adding an effect to it, I usually just click OK, and it'll say nested sequence. And it looks like nothing happened other than simply changing the color of the clip. But Premiere Pro now sees this as a 1080p clip. So now I can come over here to Warp Stabilizer, drop that on, and when it's done doing its thing, the stabilization works beautifully. There are also certain effects that can't be applied to clips that have been time remapped. So I've actually sped this clip up a little bit using the rate tool, and let's see what happens if I try to drop Warp Stabilizer on it now. Warp Stabilizer and speed can't be used on the same clip. So let's delete Warp Stabilizer, and let's right-click on this, nest, click OK. Now drop Warp Stabilizer on it. All right, let's take a look at another example. I'm going to hit the Home key. That'll bring me to the beginning of my sequence where I have a couple of layers here for a title card. All right, so I've got a background with some fractal noise on it. We've got some elements that look like sparks. We've got text, and we've got this lens flare thing in the background. What I'm going to do is I'm going to nest this entire thing. Okay, so rather than having 4 different layers on my timeline, I'm going to lasso all of these, right-click, and select Nest. That then gets reduced down to a single layer. But check this out. Once you've nested a couple of clips, if you double-click on it, it'll create an entirely different timeline for you, so you can come in here and edit this even further. Any edits that you do within the nested sequence will be reflected in your main comp or your main sequence. So let's say, for example, I can see that the core of this lens flare, I kind of feel like it would look a little bit better if it was nudged over to the left a little bit. So let's go to, see which layer that is. It's this one, okay. I'm going to select that clip, just go to position. I'm going to move it on the x-axis a little bit so it's kind of directly behind the T. That looks pretty good. And now, of course, again, let's come back over to the main sequence. It now lines up right where we want it. If you've ever heard a tutorial host say that an effect is procedural, what they mean is they've set up compositions using pre-comps or nests. So the elements within the pre-comps are editable so that the overall results of the effect aren't affected by changes within the pre-comp. So in this example, this is really common with motion graphics, by the way, you can have pre-comps within pre-comps within pre-comps. But like I said, I'm going to try to keep this very simple just so we kind of understand how this works. So the ability to go back in here and edit is very powerful. If you think about this, I could have taken those 4 layers and selected that part of the timeline and then rendered it out. right? And then I'd have a flattened single layer video clip that has all of these elements in it. The problem with that is now I can't change it. What if I change my mind on the aesthetics of this? What if I want to change what the title actually says? What if I want the font to be a different font? But by being able to have this nested, I can come over here and I can actually go to the text layer, select it, hit T. I can change what this says. And I can come over here, just make sure that it's positioned properly. Come back to my main comp, our main sequence, and everything updates. It could be something as simple as changing the font. Got it on impact. Get this centered. Again, back here, everything's going to be updated. Now, I kept things really simple here, as precomposing / nesting is something that took me a really long time to grasp, especially in complicated comps. But understand that you can do all kinds of things like animate the texts, add different effects to it, and all of this stuff will be updated in your main composition or sequence. So that's the gist of precomposing / nesting. If this is a feature that's new to you, I would highly recommend playing around with it and getting familiar with it, as it is a feature that you're going to be using on a regular basis. Even if you just start with using the nesting feature or precomposing feature for the sake of getting your clip to match your sequence settings, for the sake of applying effects. I appreciate your watching today. If you're new here, please consider subscribing so you don't miss a single video. I'll see you in the next one.